Okay. Good day. I am from Global Ace Agency here in Malaysia and I am the Philippine recruiter. I received your buy data from Good Day Agency in the Philippines. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you speak English or can you understand English?
I understand, ma'am.
Are you a 100% willing to come here in Malaysia without any hesitation?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any friends or any family members working here?
No, ma'am.
Our interview, this is recorded and it will be uploaded in our YouTube channel. But at the same time, your profile will be uploaded in our website. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you want to come here in Malaysia? Why you didn't choose to go back in Middle East or maybe go in Singapore or Hong Kong?
I need to another country, ma'am, because when I go experience the Malaysia.
You wanted to experience to come and work here in Malaysia.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is your name?
Liezel Medrano, ma'am.
Do you have
30 years
passport?
old. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
You are 30 years old. Are you single with live-in partner, single mother, or married?
Married, ma'am.
How many children do you have?
Two, uh, one boy and one girl.
How old are your children?
11 years old, one boy and one girl, 9 years old.
Okay, when is your birthday?
June 8, 1994,
What about your height and your weight?
52, and my height is 5'5".
Okay, what about your religion?
Catholic, ma'am.
What about your educational background?
High school graduate, ma'am.
Is your family allow you to come and work here in Malaysia?
No, ma'am.
Your family didn't allow you?
Yes, ma'am. Allowed, ma'am.
Your husband allow you to come and work here in Malaysia?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is your husband and what is his occupation?
31, and he is security guard.
Okay, so do you have any working experience as a housemaid?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is not your first time working abroad, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what country did you work first?
Saudi Arabia,
How many years you worked there?
2 years and 6 months.
Okay, what year did you started and what year did you finish?
Um, Year 2018 to 2020.
Okay, so can you share it with me? What are your responsibilities to your previous employment in Saudi?
Cooking,
Okay.
then cleaning and care babies.
Did you do laundry and ironing at the same time?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is the baby that you take care?
Um, they're adults, ma'am, 13 and 16 years old, 21 to 30 above, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So, it means that you only do house chores lah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after this, what country did you work?
Qatar
Okay, you worked there for how many years?
to 2021 to 2024, ma'am.
Okay. So is it 3 years or 2 years plus?
2 years plus, ma'am.
How many months? 2 years and how many months?
8 months.
Okay. So why you didn't finish like 3 years? Why you suddenly go back home Philippines?
To see my family, ma'am, my
Okay.
kids.
So you didn't continue working to this employer. It's because of what?
Finish my contract, ma'am.
Okay. Can you share it with me? What are your duties to your previous employment in Qatar?
I do cooking and cleaning, laundry, and care of elderly, ma'am.
Did you do ironing?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is the elderly that you take care?
89, ma'am.
Female or male?
Female.
Okay, so you can take care elderly, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you know that this is not the first time that you work abroad, and you already know what are those employers' preference as a domestic helper, okay? You need to be
Yes, ma'am.
flexible, you need to be multitasking, and you need to get ready for any task that the employer will be given to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't be culture shocked also, because this is not like KSA and Qatar. Malaysia is quite different from them, from for this country, okay? So don't
Yes, ma'am.
compare the Saudi, Qatar to Malaysia, yeah? So
Yes, yes, ma'am.
you need to prepare, you need to expect those unexpected things, because you might don't know that you will going to experience those things that you didn't experience to other countries, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you okay to take your children while doing house chores at the same time?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you take care baby?
Yes, ma'am.
Can
I
you
do,
take
ma'am.
care elderly people?
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely, because you already got experience way back, right? You know
Yes,
how
ma'am.
and you know how to take blood pressure. You know how to assist
Um,
elderly.
no, ma'am, because she have already nurse, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay, so can you cook?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of, I mean, what variety of cuisine you can prepare?
Ma'am.
What variety of foods you can prepare?
Um, rice or cooking meat, ma'am,
Do you know
and
how to
fish
cook
like that.
Okay, so do you know how to cook Arabic foods?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What kind of foods?
Like meat, ma'am, chicken, salona, like matchboost and kabsa.
Okay. Can you caregiving for bedridden patient and disabled person?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you comfortable taking care of pets?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Are you afraid of dogs?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So Lizel, as I have mentioned so many times already, that you were going to sign a 2 years contract, okay? You already
Okay
finished
po,
your
ma'am.
contract in KSA and Qatar, and hopefully you will finish also your 2 years contract here in Malaysia. Otherwise, once you breach your contract, you know that there will be a consequences, which is you need to pay your employer. And at the same time, the agency, as nobody force you to come and work here in Malaysia, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Any uncertain situations that might happen to your family back in the Philippines, please be reminded yourself that you cannot easily go back home, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Usage of mobile handphone also is you are not allowed to use your phone during working time. But instead, you can hold your phone during nighttime after you finish your job for the whole day. It means you
Yes,
will
ma'am.
render your phone on the next morning before you start your work. But if we found out that you cannot cope up your job on the next day, you feel groggy, you don't have the energy to work due to misuse of mobile handphone, you sleep very late at night, like 2 to 3, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or 4 a.m., and it affects your job on the next day, then very sorry to say that we will go into inform your employer that you are allowed to use your phone during nighttime for 2 to 3 hours only, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Of course, on your rest day in our contract, you are entitled to have your rest once a week. But if you will work on your rest day, employer will going to compensate your salary. But you are not allowed to go out on your rest day. You will going to stay inside the employer's house only. Are you okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In our interview, I would like to inform you, or I would like you to understand our terms and conditions. We don't force people to come here. As long as you are agree, is okay. We don't want you that once you come to work here in Malaysia, you will give us trouble, you will going to demand us about all these things. No such a thing, because in the first place, in our initial interview, you agree about our terms and conditions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Always humble yourselves because this is not the Philippines. Okay, in Philippines we might be the boss, but working other countries, no such a thing. We need to follow each country's culture. We need to respect our employer. Any concerns or any problems with our employer, we directly inform them because we are the one who are working inside the premises, and we will going to get along with them for 2 years. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how are you gonna fight your homesickness? Because of
Mm,
course you've been working in Qatar, in Saudi for like 5 years already, right? But of course,
yes,
sometimes no matter how we like work for quite long time in other countries, there is such some time or some days that our homesickness strikes us. So how do you fight for it?
not really, ma'am. Not I mean, ma'am, not week, month. I care my
So you can
sickness,
handle
homesick,
that.
ma'am.
You can
Yes,
handle
I
your
handle, ma'am.
homesickness. You can fight for
Yes,
it, is
yes,
it?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Lizelle, I think that's all for now. Thank you for your time. It was my pleasure meeting you. But please stay connected through WhatsApp because Global Ace agents will going to contact you to conduct an interview together with the employer. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much and have a good
Thank you
day.
so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yeah, thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.